Yo, what's going on, everybody? I am just testing this really quick. So we'll see if anybody pops in. I got a new episode going on tomorrow. Nasty, if you're still in here. Managed to get the weekend off, but like barely. I worked today, just got out of work, and today's the hottest day. I think it hit like 120. I don't know if anybody else is doing any like heat wave calls yet. Just want to make sure everything's working. But what is up, everybody? Ouch. Yeah. We had a heat wave come in. Today was supposed to be the hottest day. We did get lucky to where it was cloudy. So it didn't feel as intense, but if I had the thermometer out because I was doing some AC work, yeah, it was like 105, 110 easily. And it said the humidity was making it like closer to 120. I don't know what I did there. So what's up, everybody? This is gonna take a little bit of a transition to go to the other or the new channel that's here. So we're gonna have a new episode tomorrow going out on this channel. I'll just try and promote it as much as I can, and then from here on out, hopefully some of the guys will come over on the usual day, and we can have that um, still going through. So yeah, it's a hot one. I know Kurt is always like, "How are you having 100 degrees and it's not even summer yet?" It's been 100 degrees more or less since like March or April, and we get those heat waves coming in every now and then. So we'll see if anybody comes in. I'm just, like I said, testing this out. We did get a good amount over here on this channel. For the first few days, I'll have season 2 going up very soon. I think right now all the videos are hidden. Shit. Yeah, so far I've had season 1 uploaded. I'll have season 2 uploaded later today. And then going forward, you'll only get the new episodes because I know I was trying to do it a certain way and I was like, everybody's gonna get bombarded with videos. So all that's hidden, but you'll be able to see it on the home screen playlist. Minnesota is so bipolar this time of year. Um, can imagine. We have some weird weather this year where it's like super hot, but it's also like cloudy and it wants to rain. Then I've been sick for a while too. It's been a crap year. I don't know if I look red. I've been out in the sun. I was expecting an easy day and it freaking turned into like one of the worst days. So yeah, guys, we're just testing this. I don't normally go live today, so I don't know if anybody will pop in. Jesus Christ, I can barely talk. Let's see. Yeah, it's fluctuating a little bit. And then I know some people are still working because I think last week, when I did have it on my other channel, my main channel, everybody tuned in at the end, saying they had just gotten out of work. So it's been very crazy and hectic, I know. What kind of work do you do again? Nasty? Are you doing commercial or are you outside a lot? Commercial HVAC. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of that right now, and I don't like doing a lot of the AC side of it. I prefer doing like the walk-ins and stuff like that. What's up, Brian? It has been like hot. What I'm having an issue with right now is it's not the system necessarily. It's like airflow issues, right? So now I'm trying to get into making sure I check the ducts, the vents, because I've seen some crazy crap happen now. Yeah, I made it out of work. I'm all freaking. I don't know if it comes out on camera. I'm all red. What's up, Jake? I used to do restaurant work, but my company, new company, is only HVAC and a lot bigger chillers and pumps. Yeah, I miss some of the restaurant work that I used to do because it was more walk-in boxes and reach-in coolers and freezers, and we used to do a lot of hospital work. It was very, I guess it's very predictable, right? It's a lot of dirty condensers and plugged up cap tubes, and a lot of electrical issues, and that was always easy. Now I get into more of the HVAC side of things, and it's like it's mostly airflow, but it's always like something different. It's always like something's up with the motor, something's up with the duct, the vents. Like more than likely, it was not installed right. Whereas like a piece of refrigeration equipment, you can almost bet that or like it's more of a contained unit. You're not gonna have those install issues as much. Or AC, it's like it really depends on like who installed it, which is like the crappy part of it. And I can barely talk too. I'm still dealing with my stupid um I don't know what the hell it was, like a cold or something. Let me see. What are you up to, Brian? Are you out of your probation already on the new job? Ductwork, that ductwork. I've had a couple of calls recently that have pissed me off because I'm checking the system and it's running fine, right? It's doing everything that it can. I'm like, why the hell am I not cooling the space? Only to get into the drop ceilings or anything like that, and it's like, oh, the vents weren't installed properly. It doesn't have the right duct or flex duct. The diffusers are not the right diffusers for the area they're trying to cool. Stupid things like that. Nice. A dedicated, reliable podcast channel. It's more so to help my other channel out too because I felt like it got super cluttered, and I know podcasting is what do you call it? Very niche deal. Not everybody wants to listen to a podcast, so we're gonna have our own home right now, and whoever wants to come over here and watch them, we can do that. Yeah, there's a link in the chat. If anybody wants to chat for a little bit, I'm just on here testing this real quick. I wanted to make sure that the live worked and then how the chat was coming up um, for whoever like already subscribed. Oh, you're still training, dude? That must be frustrating. But it's been hot as hell, so at least you're not running. Or I don't know how it is where you're at, but at least you're not running out in the. Over here, it's 100, and I think today it said it was going to get up to 118. But luckily, we had clouds, so I'm not going to complain too much. Ductwork, that ductwork. Always check the ductwork. All right, hold up. What's up, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Not much. Just seen you post up, so I figured I'd hop in here. So you didn't feel lonely?
I'm trying to get the new one up and going. I know it's going to be a process. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's this
Oh,
head's
okay.
funky. I wouldn't. It's hooked Bluetooth to the phone, but I don't know. It wasn't coming up.
All right. I appreciate you, Calix. See you next time. How's the training going?
Slow, slow.
Are you like itching to get out there?
Oh my gosh. I'm and well, like I said, you know how I am. I get depressed if I don't have something going on, and it's been a struggle this last week. Just doing pay,
Yeah.
not getting out there. Like I today, I went out to my van like 50 times. I'm like, I could do this. And I come back and I just get bored and go back out to the van and do a little something else. And went up to Lowe's trying to find those gator hooks. Um, they show they have them in stock, but nobody seems to be able to find them. I just ordered them off Amazon.
Did you check Home Depot?
Yeah, my Home Depot here doesn't have them in stock. They ship to store.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them in the store either. I had noticed, man, I think I just saw them on Instagram. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. They have them at Home Depot," but I never like went to go look for them. But I think I checked online and they weren't showing up. But
Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
I can't wait to try them out. Amazon. Went on Amazon and found a 3 pack for 53 of the 25 pounders. I think they're the 4.5 inchers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using those.
You got any um ideas for them?
Um, one I'm gonna put in the cab to um, hang my boonie hat on, my sun hat.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be a boonie hat slash trash bag holder because
Oh, okay.
I can't stand my van to be messy. So yeah,
No, I got a trash can too that I put a magnet on it, and it's like right next to me in the cabin. So I dump all my trash in there, but I need to get like a bigger one because it's kind of small. It fills up really quick, especially like on lunch.
yeah. Well, when we go to the grocery store, you get those plastic bags, and we got one of those containers that you just stuff them in. So I've got, I don't know, hundreds upon hundreds of those. The, I started doing that with my other van because I had a hook in there, and I would just take a bag, and that would be my garbage bag. And when it would fill up, I'd just tie it off, throw it in the garbage can when I got home. And then
Yeah, the cool thing with those, they have the 25 pound, and then they have the 45 pound. I want to say is like their extra strong one. And the cool thing with that is like I use it to hang up like my tapes and stuff, like my silver tape and some of the other stuff that I don't use it too much, but I like it there in the back, just hung up by the door. And it's cool because you can move it around if you don't like where it's at after like a week or something, instead of like drilling into everything on your van.
yeah, it's modular. That's what I like about it. It's super modular. So Probably one of the other ones I'll use to hang off my. I'll put it right there as soon as open up the side door where I keep uh, my vacuum hoses. I keep those.
Oh yeah.
I use those Appion half-inch mega flows. Um, I really love those hoses, but they're big. So
Yeah, you have the are they all is your setup all Appion as far as like the hoses?
hmm yeah.
Yeah. I have like 3 of them. I think I have 2 of the yellow ones, which are the quarter inch fittings, and then the one that's 3/8 to quarter inch.
hmm
I think they're all from them. And then I just got into the fill piece ones. I got a fill piece one now. And I'm interested in the Navac ones, but I haven't like gone to look at them.
Yeah, I haven't. Nav or the Appions have been treated me really good.
Yeah, I love the little hangers that they come with, or you buy. I bought the metal ones too
I did too. Yeah,
because I broke one of the plastic ones. I was like, okay, and then I got those, and I like to keep them like tied up,
yeah,
wherever I put them. I put them in a bag, but I don't know. I like them like tidy as can be, put away, and don't have to worry about it.
yeah. They have the little eyelets in the little hangers. And I actually forget where it was. I might have ordered them off Temu. I don't know, but they're S hooks, but one side is clasped, so you can
Hmm.
just hook that through that eyelet, and then right now they're just hanging up on the back wall. You know how a lot of the vans have the holes in the walls.
Oh yeah, I actually just followed somebody on Instagram that I guess they started making their own, and they look like I don't know if they look like that, but they look like the Appion hanger is just a little bit bigger, and then they have that hook. So they're some company that sells them now too on Instagram.
Yeah, I have to look into that, but it keeps them up out of the way. Like as soon as I open up my side door, I've got my torches, and then I've got a milk crate where I keep my sanding paper and stuff like that. And that, of course, got bungee cords on it and holds it up, and then my pack out stuff. And then right above my torches is where I keep all my spare hoses and stuff on those hangers. It just keeps them up off the floor, makes it look better.
I think I'm almost done with my van. I wanted everything off the floor. I had that weird section in the back that was like a raised floor. I managed to kind of utilize that too. I think I'm almost done with it. And I got like a bunch of battery holders from Milwaukee to hang up all my batteries. And as much as I can, it's either in a pack out or like I bought a bunch of crates for the back too. Those have been like great just to throw in. I have my all my extra acetylene and oxygen tanks, and like now I'm trying out the Ambro control torches. So like all those extra cylinders, it just in a crate. They all stand up and they kind of like squeeze in together.
I don't have the Ambro control. I'm gonna get it though. I bought a
I
for
should have a video out. I'm trying to get it out Wednesday, so I can kind of show it because it's like a. I need to double check. It's just expensive. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
yeah.
Have you looked into it already?
Yeah, I was last year whenever I had my tool allowance, I was actually seriously thinking about ordering those from United, and I just didn't pull the trigger on them. I'm probably going to get a set of them this year, um, just because I can see where they would make it so much nicer working on under counters and reach-ins. You know, a lot of the smaller stuff. Um, I did buy.
Yeah, the kit that you buy or that you start with, like to get the caddy and all that. That I think it comes with the regulators. The only thing I don't like is that it doesn't come with the smaller handle. You have to buy that separate, right?
Yeah.
So the original handle is kind of a big handle and it gives off a big flame. So once I got it's like a braided flexible hose with the small. I know it's like a jeweler's type of torch.
Is it like the
Uh,
one Pat was using, the Precision?
like
Got
who?
all flame from Pat from CKC.
I don't know. He had one. I think he has the Ambro.
Yeah, he's got that last video he put out where he was changing out
Oh,
the
okay.
compressor. I didn't know.
He probably had the smaller one already on it, because some other guys had it already. Like I was waiting for mine to come in the mail, and that one is so much better, right? But you got to buy the kit, then you got to buy that, and then the backpack is also separate. But what I'm going to show in mine is I just threw it in a Vito bag. I had an extra MB3, and it was more than enough to fit, because those are small ass like bottles, right? It's like a map gas, and then their oxygen is almost the same size as like a map or propane skinny tank. So just throw it in a Vito and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I've got an MB3B that I was thinking about um, repurposing for that, just throwing it in there because I know it'll fit. And
Yeah, mine's an MB3 and it fits. It's bigger than what I need it to be actually. So I know the 3B will work fine too.
now with the oxygen, you have to use their oxygen tanks, don't you? You can't use your
Yeah.
oxygen tank, the little.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. I mean, I'll mess with it, but it'd be kind of cool if you could like interchange, but I think it has to be theirs only. Just in case you run out or something. But like I want to say, because I'll talk about it in the video. I think I only got like 10 calls at the most out of it. So I did a couple of compressors, a couple of patch repairs, and then I brazed in like a few things around the house, and then like I ran out of it. So
Yeah, I think
that's
I
the
read
only thing.
where it said like you get 30 minutes out of a tank of oxygen, 30 straight minutes of brazing out of their
Yeah,
oxygen.
yeah. I think I went back and looked at it because other guys have had it, like Gary and some other guys, and I think I heard the same thing. The map gas, I think I even put on a used one, and I haven't run out of that yet. It's the oxygen. I'm already on the second tank.
It's,
Um,
if you could make a universal adapter where you didn't have to use their oxygen, like you go to a Tractor Supply and they sell the canisters of oxygen for like $15, just red canisters. But um, yeah,
well, to be honest, it should be the same because everything comes apart. You could probably just hook it up, the hose, what do you call it? The torch hose, just to an oxygen tank and regulate it that way.
I have to
Because
get one out with it.
okay, now I'm gonna go try that. See if I can work around it. Because I know a lot of guys, like you have the MB3B. Some guys are using the MB4B, and they manage to fit their oxygen acetylene in it, and it fits fine. So like if you wanted to go about it this way, you can throw in your oxygen kit or your tank and do it that way. Because I was gonna say in the video, like it's not for everybody. It's an expensive kit. Like it's really convenient. I've used it on a bunch of rooftops, and it was like I didn't even think twice about it. I took it up, I did what I needed to do, and brought it back down. Like there was no struggle or anything like that. Carrying it.
Right.
And then the only thing is like when you run out, like those, I think those bottles are like $30 each.
Yeah.
So if you can, if your boss wants to pay for it, or if you're working on your own, or you want to buy it yourself, it's just an investment. And honestly, I'm charging a fee anyway every time I braise for all the things that I use, right? Like your nitrogen, your oxygen, acetylene, even the rod. I have a like a service fee for all that. It'll cover if you want to pay for the tank every time, right? Just charge a $30 fee, a $50 fee, whatever you want it to be, and you got a new tank already.
Yeah. I've
Just
got to. I don't have the Ambro control. It's a cheapy version, non-regulator version that uses just your standard map gas and oxygen cylinders. Um,
I've
it's
never tried that. I know there's like a turbo torch that you can use with the map gas, and I think you can braze with it because it gets hot enough. I've never tried that one though.
Yeah, I was actually messing with it today. I just took some 3/8 copper and was messing with it. It worked. It works pretty good. It's more you got to kind of got to get used to it. I wasted a whole tank of oxygen just getting it figured out where the settings are and stuff like that. Now, I get it set up to where I run about a half-inch blue flame right in the center, and it does pretty good. Uh, it made pretty nice looking joints, but
Well, like that's the other thing that I'm not sure about because I'll have to test like the second uh oxygen bottle basically because I kind of had them wide open from the regulator
mhm.
because I felt like I tried to adjust it manually and I just never got a good flame out of it. So I just ended up opening them all the way. I don't know if that's me wasting more that way or if that affected it. Next time I'll try and regulate it because I didn't read the instructions the first time. I was like, I'll deal with that later on. Just wanted to see if they worked.
Instructions. What are those for? I mean, really?
Yeah, when I saw Gary, he's like, "Oh, they say you need this and this, so let's adjust it and all that." And I was like, I just opened mine wide open just to because I was on the roof already. I was like, I'm not gonna be messing with it. I need a flame now, so I just opened it all the way.
Now that we're talking about cool tools, I did get a cool tool a couple weeks ago. I bought the CPS Black Max hydraulic swager. That's the berries. I really enjoyed using that. That's made doing joints and stuff really nice. The only thing is it didn't come with the quarter-inch tool. It was 3/8 to 7/8, but I bought the quarter-inch, so I've got quarter-inch up to 7/8 with it, and it works really well.
Oh yeah. So it made a big difference because I'm always doing mine. I don't buy couplings. I always do my own. So the hydraulic was really nice. I had the Navac one for the longest time. And as long as you get a good one, like I know CPS has a good one, Navac has a good one. I think Hillmore might be another one that's out there a lot. As long as you get a nice one, those joints are really easy to make. And I just recently got the battery powered one because they had a special a while back, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. And that one's been really nice too. But like, I never bought the quarter inch. I don't know why they don't give it to you, but I never bought the quarter inch adapter. I ended up I still have my block that I go in there, and if I ever need a quarter inch, I'll manually knock it out. But for the most part, I don't think I run into quarter inch that much anymore. I think I've only done it like twice in the past year, like making a switch.
Yeah, I was messing with the quarter-inch when uh, last week when I got it.
No
Uh,
cracks.
yeah, at first because I was just like going to town, you know what I mean, and I was like, oh, this works. And then it's like, well, that got really easy, and then I looked and it cracked. So I found I'd have to pump it a few times and then give it a second, and then just really, you got to really ease into it with a quarter-inch. But yeah,
You gotta ease into it or use some sort of a lubricant like a oil or something. I have like a Subco spout one that I just use when I'm doing like smaller fittings by or like I'm doing the block or I think my brother I sent him one time to do a 3/8 for me. I'm pretty sure it was 3/8 with the hydraulic one. He cracked like three of them. He was getting frustrated with it. I was like, you gotta slow it down or like back out and then twist it and then do it like finish it. Um, I want to say like halfway, give it a turn and then finish it out because they're easy to crack. The quarter inch and 3/8.
oh yeah, yeah. I've not really had any problem with the 3/8, but yeah, the quarter-inch I was cracking it quite a bit, and then but if I'm gonna have the tool, I might as well have everything. It's either go big or go home, sort of thing.
Well, that's the thing when I do the video for that torch kit. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's too expensive," or "I would never use it." But like, if you want to make your job easier, that's the kind of stuff that you buy. Like, I was gonna buy it regardless. Same thing with the new Calgon turbo tank, and then there was something else that I was oh the press tool that I got. Like I was already going to buy those regardless, right? And they just make my job easier because I use a turbo tank Was it today? I think I used it today because I had a small walk-in cooler condenser to clean out, and I did not want to set up 100-foot hose, and because I had water access here, but I didn't want to set up a 100-foot hose just to clean this small condenser. I just filled this up, took it up, sprayed it down real quick, and then took it back down.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a next tool I get. I was looking at those for quite some time, and
Oh, I don't know, for some reason I thought you had one. So you were looking into them?
yeah, I was looking into them. I haven't got one of those. The You're talking about the turbo blaster? Is that what
Yeah,
you're?
the one from New Calgon that's battery powered. I used it with the I guess I forgot the battery, but it takes Milwaukee too, so I took my Milwaukee one and put it in there, and I got the condenser cleaned out. It was pretty dirty. And that just made it easier because like I said, I don't have to even if I had water access, sometimes it's like so many feet away, and it's just for that. Like if I was doing a PM for all the units on the roof, yeah, I would have set up a hose and all my tools and everything I needed. But like this was just a quick rinse off because we had that horrible heat wave, and we had stuff. I was working all day. We had stuff tripping out just all day on high head, and I know they were dirty, like all of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's. I remember now. When I did the podcast, we talked about that, and I'm still looking at them. I haven't picked one up yet, but I am. I like to have options, stuff like that. Just it's hard for me to justify, or it was hard for my wife to understand whenever I was buying all these tools and stuff. And I'm like, honey, it makes my job easier, and if it makes my job easier, I have to work less. Like I told you before, I'm lazy, so I'm gonna find the easiest way to do it the right way. If I have to spend a little money, it's all right. It's an investment. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that comes with age too, because right now, like when I started, I even had people that I worked with, like my uncles and stuff, like make fun of me because I did everything with a screwdriver. Like I just went manually and did all the everything with my nut drivers. Right, I never had a drill. I was young. I didn't care. I didn't want to buy a drill. And then now I'm like, I'm not gonna. I will never use a nut driver again. I'm just with my drill all the time. And then like any battery powered. And now I go all in on battery powered stuff now, right? Like all the Navac, all the like we're talking about the turbo tank, stuff like that, just because I don't want to spend too much time on the roof now. I'm not young anymore. I'm trying to get out of there.
Well, it ends up being the tortoise and the hare sort of analogy. We're all ending up in the same place, but I can guarantee you the tortoise is not as tired as the hare at the end of the race. And that's the thing. It's like the guy that I was training with on Friday. We had 4 rooftop units that weren't operating correctly, and he started making fun of me for me wearing my boonie hat, my sun hat. And I said, "Yeah, go ahead and make fun of me at the end of the day." And he's a ginger, so you know how bad gingers burn. Anyways, end of the day, his face was beat red, and I'm like sipping on my Gatorade, and I'm like, "You gonna make fun of me wearing my hat now?" No. Yeah, I was like, "Dude, you're half my age, so no." There's a reason I do stuff, so don't question me. Hold on, I lost you here.
Oh, there. That was my bad.
Oh,
And yeah, like I know they don't look cool, right? And I don't like wearing them anyway, like when I see myself, but I started wearing them like 2 years ago, and like they make a world of a difference cuz like today I didn't wear it as much because it was cloudy, but like I still turned red. Like I think I'm burnt even though it's cloudy. And I always regret when I don't put it on. It just makes a world of a difference. And all of our like I wear sleeves. That's been my thing. And then the boonie hat, whatever you call it. Everybody now at my job has transitioned. Everybody, even my dad, wears sleeves and a boonie hat because they saw me do it. I'm like, well, I'm not out here getting frustrated or getting burnt out, in the sun. Like I can work all day in the sun if I wear this stuff, So now they wear it. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, like I told you before, you're a trendsetter.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like you make this point, and I know Pat has made this point. Yeah, like I understand that. Like we put in the work after work. That's what I always go back to. But I'm also just lazy, right? I don't want to feel like crap at the end of the day either. So like I'm always trying to think like what can help with this. Like the sleeves, I was wearing like I think they're for fishing, like fishing sleeves or something.
Mm.
I was like, okay, cool. I started wearing those and I started trying out different ones. And my brother, you know, liked it. And then he started looking for some that he liked. I think they're a different material, but like, I don't know. I like the spandex type that are not that big of a, like, I don't feel them too much when they're on me. Like they're comfortable. And one of our guys wants to wear long sleeves now. So I have the polyester shirts and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try out some long sleeve versions of that and see if I like them because I found some cool ones that I liked, and we'll go from there. But like all of it's just I'm just lazy or I don't want to feel like crap.
Well, those long sleeve shirts, like I never understood it when I was younger. My grandfather would always work in a long sleeve shirt, and I'm like, I couldn't understand that. But like when these long sleeve fishing shirts started to get popular and stuff, I started wearing those when I'd go fishing or whatever, and made a world of difference. I was like, oh, there's something to this. And then whenever your sleeves come out, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give those a shot. And they do. They make a world of difference. I mean, you're gonna be hot regardless. And sorry about the noise if you hear the noise in the background there. You're gonna be hot regardless, but you can be comfortably hot or unbearably hot. And I'd rather be comfortably hot than unbearably hot. And these make it comfortably hot.
Yeah, and then you get frustrated and then you won't work. You won't be as efficient. I've been there. You make more mistakes when you're frustrated and all that when you're uncomfortable. So just make your job easier all around.
Yeah.
We got nasty in here. I have to wear socks with my Crocs in the summer to prevent any spotted sunburnt foot. Is
Speaking of Crocs, Jason Latimer sent me a thing on Instagram. It was a guy, and I didn't even notice it at first. Uh, it was a guy catching a croc on the crocodile or alligator on the side of the interstate. And I said, yep, that's a big note to the danger puppy. And then he sent me a message back and he said, now, did you see what he was wearing? He said, guy catching a croc with Crocs on his feet. The dude was wearing Crocs and stuff. I just about spit my out.
my God, dude. Yeah, there was one that I had seen because Jake is the one that deals with that. I think it's him because he's had bears come out in his videos. He's had a whole bunch of other ones. Him and Curtis too. Curtis had a we talked about a raccoon in one of our night episodes and something else. Like I don't know. They see all the crazy stuff. And I saw a video of somebody and they're catching an alligator with a trash can outside, and they managed to do it. I was like, cool. I don't want to deal with that.
I've done some weird stuff. I mean, being from West Virginia, we got all kinds of wildlife and stuff. I don't know. Probably the strangest thing was we were doing an install when I was at Coke, and I kept hearing we had to run it in the basement of this restaurant. Um, that's where they wanted the stuff at, and I kept hearing this noise in the corner. I looked back in there, and there was a raccoon with there's like three babies with it. Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm gonna back away from you. You just stay over there. I'm gonna stay over here. Raccoons are mean. They are very mean.
Oh yeah, that's why Curtis. Like when he talked about the raccoon in the I think it was in an attic. He's like, "Nope, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of there." Because I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that they can, be pretty aggressive."
Yeah, if you run across a possum, they'll make a lot of noise, but that's just about it.
Oh, that's what we see a lot here. Yeah,
Do you have armadillos in the Rio Grande Valley, or is that?
not. No, I think that's further north. We don't. I don't. I haven't seen any like in my lifetime.
Did you get hit with any of that storm that come through?
My girlfriend just showed me that it's coming this way already. I haven't looked at it, but I noticed it was cloudy and it looked like it wanted to rain today. So I think that's a warning, a thunderstorm warning for tonight. So we'll see.
Yeah, I know. I talked to Brett, I guess Saturday night. Um, his area got hammered, like real
Oh,
bad.
really? I had a friend come down from Houston, but I don't know if they got hit with anything.
Yeah, and I didn't happen in his area because I asked him if he got hit with any. He said just bad storms, but I think it was just north of him. They had like some really bad tornadoes and stuff.
Oh yeah, my buddy in Houston said they got two tornadoes in town. It had just missed his area, like he was right out of the on the outskirt, and it hit like downtown and somewhere else. But they got hit with two.
We get hit with bad thunderstorms, but we never get hit with any tornadoes. It's very, very rare because, like, if you go further west and you hit the Ohio River Valley, they start picking up tornadoes and stuff. But as it moves east and it goes over the mountains and stuff like that, I think it dissipates a lot of the storms. But we've
Yeah,
had,
like we get the hurricane stuff here where I'm at because we're so close to the coast, but we never get hit. It's all we get all the rain from it. So like I'm curious now if we're gonna have rain tonight, and then we'll see if that interferes with my work because I have calls like lined up already.
yeah, I
I
guess
need to.
some of the stuff I'll be working on. I'll be dealing a lot with headmaster valves on these remote condensers on the ice makers. From what I understand, Starbucks runs. They're moving over to Follettes, but a lot of their stores still have the isomatics. And I've never really messed with the headmaster. I understand how they work and everything like that, but that'll be something new I'll get to play with.
On what was that? A Manitowoc or
Isomatics.
oh man, I haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah, on the remote condensers, that's where their headmasters, of course, are up top, and the
I've
remote.
I've I've only had to replace like less than a handful of headmaster valves, surprisingly. Those at least around here, I've never seen them give out too much. It's always the like the fan cycle control and stuff like that messing up because like in an ice machine, that's like the most important part, um, especially with the weather changing and all that. And man, I used to work on ice machines like nothing but ice machines. Like Hoshizaki was a big one, and Manitowoc and Scotsman. And then like so when we used to do more work for them, which now we're getting around to it again with the maintenance, like it was a bunch of Follets when I was like starting out.
Yeah, I've messed with a few isomatics, a handful of Manawaks, but I've never messed with the Follettes. But
It was always the hospitals that got me because I started. That's where I started, and I walked in there, and then like there's a host like I don't know, it was like a stacked Hoshizaki. So I went in there and I'm like, this is like the biggest ice machine that I've ever seen, right? And it's like one on top of the other, huge ass bin. And then I got to get like a tall ladder just to work on it and figure out what the hell's going on with it. And then the other hospital we had nothing but fallets, and I got really comfortable. Those are kind of easy, but they get super nasty because they're the nugget. I don't know if they're all like that, but they're the nugget ones. So they have the auger, the gearbox, like all that crap just got super nasty. somebody mentioned it to me. I don't know, remember where I talked about it, if it was like in a live or on Instagram. It might have been a story or something, and then somebody sent me a picture like, "Dude, I work on nothing but faucets," and they sent me a picture, and it was like super disgusting because it was black everywhere. I guess he was doing like a maintenance on it, taking apart the auger and everything, and it was just all black.
I know Ice Machine 411 does a lot of work on Fallettes and Freon Leon. Um, he's been working on a lot of Fallettes too. So I'm sure I've got his phone number if I run across any issue or something like that.
Yeah,
I'll
there's
get.
plenty of guys that do it now, like 4111. I've been meaning to catch up on his videos. That dude, I wish I had that when I started. I love that channel. And there's always Pat and all those other guys too. Rich, I know they do a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah, he Ice Machine 411 just did a short. Was it yesterday? He was in at Las Vegas in the hotel, and he said, "I don't know if I'll get kicked out, but if I get kicked out, it's my last day, anyways." I think it was at the Luxor, I believe is what he said. Um, but there was an old, what brand was it? It was a really old ice. It's one of those hallway ice makers,
Oh yeah.
and he took the cover off, and he wanted to see is it clean enough for me to eat the ice out of this or not. And he took cover off. It's pretty good. He said it's an old one, but he said I'd take the ice out of this.
Yeah, I think usually they have either Manitowoc's or Scotsman's, but I think I don't know. Do you follow him on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a series he was doing. I was like, dude, this is amazing. You should keep it. I need to tell him like you need to keep this up. Like just go around and be like, how's the ice look here? And then check it out. Like that's always a cool. I think that's how he blew up on Instagram is like he started doing that for like restaurants and hotels. And it's just like it's always a cool thing. That's why when we were talking, I was like, I got to that question eventually, like, okay, do you get ice when you go out or do you not get ice? It's always a touchy thing because we know what the machines look like half the time.
I used to get ice in my drink, and then when I started working at Coke, and I saw like a lot of these restaurants, the ice machines, how they looked, especially like at the subways and stuff. I was just like, nope, nope, I'm good. But he also put out a video. They called him out. I think it was on yesterday. It might have been yesterday or something. But he had a call out, emergency call out for ice machine leaking, and it was a Pepsi soda machine. Of course, had an ice maker on top of it, and it was leaking. And as soon as I saw where it was leaking from, I'm like, that's not from the ice machine. And then, yeah, what it was on those Coke machines, they have a cold plate, and ice sits down on top of the cold plate, and there's two drains there. And it's just like with any other drain, you get that cold algae build up in it, and then it can't drain into the drip pan. So then it starts to back up and it comes out the front of the unit. And a lot of people will say, yeah, that's the ice maker leaking. No, it's just because whoever serviced that machine, they don't go in and clean those drains out. And yeah, I was like, I think I commented on that video. I'm like, dude, I've had to clean so many of those things out. Yeah, I knew exactly what was going on. It's,
Yeah, all those metal lids throughout like any of the ice machines, those are always the ones that get um, a lot of the nasty growth on it. Because I've been surprised, like it could be like super clean, and then you finally get to some, like when you actually take apart the ice machines, you'll get to some of the like the metal parts or where like the ice sits, you said, and all that. Like that's you look under there, that's like the nastiest part.
well, customers would always complain that their drain lines would plug up. And all these restaurants, they carry these sanitizer packs, for the clean with and whatnot. And I would always tell them, a little bit of preventative maintenance will prevent that from backing up at all.
Oh yeah.
5 parts warm water to 1 packet of that sanitizer solution, and pour that into the ice bin, into the soda machine, and that goes through. That bleach in there will then, that's in that sanitizer, will then inhibit the growth of the algae. And what's there it'll actually cause it to dry up and go away. I said, you do that once a month, you'll never have any drain problems.
Yeah, because we do our maintenance too, and it's like if you just keep up maintenance, right? Like whether you do it on your own or you have a company go out there, like it's only bad the first time because it's been neglected for so long. Once you clean it and then just maintain it, you'll never have that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nasty does I have no idea. I don't work at McDonald's. I have a bunch of Scotsmen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those yeah, the McDonald's in my area too nasty. They were all Scotsmen's.
We used to
And
do
it
warranty for Scotsmen.
what's that?
We used to do a warranty for Scotsmen,
Oh, okay.
but like it was too much work.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to get a lot of complaints, like the automatic beveraging system that automatically pours the drinks at McDonald's. Well, we'd always get calls on those that it wasn't dispensing ice. And 99.9% of the time, it was because their maintenance guy had been in there messing with the ice thickness, and they'd be running too thick of a bridge. And when those sheets would come down into the ice bin, they wouldn't break up. Well, I mean, your opening for your ice for those beveraging systems are only like maybe 3 or 4 inches around. You get a sheet that doesn't break up, it's like it's not going to feed through.
Yeah, they'd always want me to adjust the ice at some restaurants, right? They would had the managers had their preference and stuff. I'm like I can't make it too thick because then the whole thing is just going to be a sheet in your damn dispenser, right? And I saw I don't know if it was a TikTok or something recently where I think they were making a joke about it, like, oh, like they pulled it out of the bin, like, look at this big piece of ice, it's a good piece and this and that. And I'm just like, no, that's something's wrong with your ice machine. My HVAC senses just went off and stuff. And yeah, we've been there. You mess with the thickness probe just to get, I guess, thicker ice, and you get that whole sheet that just comes in.
Yeah, you're running a half an inch ice bridge on it. Like, I don't know why this ain't breaking up. Well, it's because you're out of spec.
Yeah, way out. All right. I'm gonna hop off, man. I'm gonna go get some food. Had a long day. I know you're just training. All right. When do you get back? When do you get out of training?
Hopefully in a couple weeks.
Is that
I've
a lot of stuff to take in, or
uh,
is it just like kind of walking you through some stuff?
kind of walking me through some stuff. A lot of it's the work order program. Um, uh, like my service manager said, "Oh yeah, maybe a week or two," and I'm like, "I'll go out and work by myself. I don't care." I told him, I said, "I'm not doing it right now with the shape of my truck." And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I have no van stock. I have no truck stock at all. I went through and organized some of it today, and I've got two 24-volt contactors. I think one 110 and then maybe two 208, 230 coil contactors. And it's like a handful.
Yeah.
No, no, I'm not setting myself up for failure. Now, if you want to give me an open PO or go with me to United, um, I said, get me stocked up and sure, you can send me out on these calls. I don't care. I'll figure it out or I'll find out how to do it. Not a big deal. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, good luck with that, man. I hope you get out there for your sanity. Get out there soon.
Yeah, I want it for my sanity and um, I enjoy creating content. But I haven't been posting a whole lot because what am I going to post me on my phone doing training? I mean, who wants to see that? So,
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, man. Have a good night. See
you,
you guys.
all right, see ya.